Okay, welcome to day two, video two. So we'll quickly go through some Java language fundamentals before start writing programs. Yeah, this is very important to know some basic rules when you're actually writing the programs. This is important for two things. One is from interview point of view, right? So you should know what is actually expected by the interviewer. So for example, there are certain rules that everyone follows, and there are certain conventions. It is not like a rule, but it is a standard that is adopted in Java community. Yeah. So following those conventions gives interviewer a confidence. Like if you use certain conventions, interviewer gets a confidence that you know Java thing, right? So that's why this video is going to be little important. Do remember the basic stuff. So basic things are very important. Yeah. So now, when we start looking at Java first time, right, there are few things that we need to understand, like keywords. Yeah. Now, for example, or even before going to the keywords, if you are learning a new language, for example, I want to learn English language, right? So where do we start? We start with alphabets. Yeah. So we learn all the alphabets and start writing small words, right? We talk about some important words and start using them, and then slowly start making sentences from these words. Yeah. And while making sentences, we will start talking about grammar to be used. Yeah, which is correct sentence, which is not correct sentence, etc. Right? Same way, when we are learning any high level programming language, be it C, C++, or whatever it is, yeah, or even Java in our case. So we need to start learning about these alphabets first. Like what are all the characters or what are all the alphabets for Java language? Yeah. So normally remember, Java programming language supports Unicode characters. What it means is normally it supports alphabets, that is our letters. It supports numbers and it supports some special symbols, as well as it supports, for example, Chinese characters, Indian characters, etc. Yeah. But then whenever I'm writing a program, okay, most of the time I'll be using alphabets and numbers in my programs. Yeah. So from alphabet point of view, yes, Java supports all the basic alphabets that we are aware of. Yeah. But very important thing to understand is Java is case sensitive language. So what we mean is, for example, if something in Java is written as, let's say, integer, don't worry about what is this integer. Yeah, a equal to 10. Yeah, so this is something like a value called 10 is named like a. So what it means is whenever I use a, system will assume that it is 10. Yeah. Now suppose when I'm using in my program, if I write, for example, result, let's imagine there is some result and I'm doing some mathematical operation. If I do this, for example, a plus 12, yeah, then don't expect that, okay, system will assume that this a and this a is same. Okay, Java is case sensitive, and for Java, this is different and this is different, and if you're using this, then Java starts complaining about, oh, what is this a, I don't know about it. Yeah, so that's why we need to be very careful about the case sensitivity part of Java. Yeah, now going back to our fundamentals again. So there is something called keywords in Java. So like any other language, even in our natural communicating languages, we use certain words which are having specific meaning. Like for example, in English, if I say hello, right? Um, then most of us will understand that, okay, I'm greeting you, right? By saying hello, I'm greeting you. Similarly, when I say okay, that means I'm accepting what you're saying, right? Suppose if you say I'm leaving now, and I say okay, right? That that means, okay, I heard you and I understand what you are actually saying, right? So there are special meanings for these words, and everybody is aware of it. Like that, there are certain words in Java language which have special meaning. For example, in Java programming language, or when I'm writing a program, if I write if A greater than B, something like this. Yeah. Don't worry about what is this A greater than B, etc., etc., right? But if I look at this word if, right, the moment I write it like this, I know that, okay, what is the meaning of if? Okay, if, that means by any chance if A is greater than B, in any case, if A is greater than B, do something is what I'm trying to explain here, right? So the moment if I use this word if, right, that gives that meaning that something is going to happen here, some comparison is going to happen, and if that comparison is correct, okay, we're going to do something. This meaning is known to the developer. This meaning is known to somebody who is reading this program, as well as the meaning of this special word is also known to compiler. So compiler can understand, oh, okay, so the developer is trying to do some sort of operation here, right? So such words in Java are normally known as keywords. So these are the words, a set of words which have special meaning assigned, and we cannot change that meaning. For example, there is a special keyword, or there is a keyword called break, right? So the moment break is used in our program, something is going to happen, and that is predefined. Yeah. And I can't change it as a developer. So if I wanted that thing to happen, I will simply use the word break. Yeah. So the meaning of that is known to the compiler. So such words we normally call it as keywords. And don't worry, I mean, we will, as we progress in the Java programming language, as you start writing your programs, you will automatically understand all the keywords that we are going to commonly use. Yeah. But as a quick check, if I go back to, for example, uh, the Oracle support where the Java documentation is maintained, right? They are given a list of keywords basically used or recognized by Java compiler. Like for example, it is abstract, do, if, new, switch, etc., etc. Yeah. So we need not remember this. Remember, we need not remember this. We will start using them, and probably in couple of days from now, you will most probably start understanding and start using these keywords automatically. Yeah. So don't worry too much about it, but just remember, uh, so keyword is something which is having a special meaning, and compiler recognizes it automatically.